Joe.
Get cool.
And Cold Coffee Show.
Oh no, I don't say
Get
that.
Cold Coffee Show. Oh, Cold
I'm sorry.
Coffee Show.
Yay! That was beautiful. You guys did a fantastic job. I don't know how to sing.
That was our intro.
I
How
don't know
about
how
that?
to sing or rap. So
That was
I don't do that.
That's
baby.
okay.
What's
That's
up,
okay
y'all?
because you're like our audience when we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ain't been up here in a minute.
You have not.
I know.
been
We
here
missed
in a
your
minute.
face, brother. We missed your face.
Hey, man. I
Act-
miss you guys.
Yeah.
It's really been a minute, you know.
It's really been a
like
week.
a month
Not since you've been on the phone.
since I've been on the phone.
Not since you've been on
I'm
the phone.
talking about here, though.
The actual here in
Here.
the building with us.
You
It's
know?
been like a month. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Oh, it has
Feels
been a
good to
minute.
be back, though, you know.
Actually, I think we kind of all been missing a little bit, huh?
I know. I've been traveling a lot. I've been going a lot of different places.
No, Mr. International.
Oh, I wish it was international, but child support won't let me get down like that.
Mr. International. Oh, I don't have any lipstick. I left my lipstick.
So, yeah, it's your boy Big
You
Smooth.
still look
We
beautiful.
got
Glamis.
And Tony Sparks.
the man himself.
And
you
the
know.
man himself.
So,
Man, oh my God, Tony. What about our show? Ow.
Oh,
They
you
missed it.
guys
Y'all turned it
missed
out?
a great show.
Hey, y'all could have told me about
Ow,
the show.
ow.
Oh no!
No,
now,
you were nowhere around. He was nowhere around. He was
What
nowhere
day was
around.
it?
It was on a
It was
Friday.
last Friday.
Oh, yeah, I had to go take care of a ticket out the way. Yeah.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
it was
talk about
let me tell you, the highlight of the show was Glamis. Glamis. Oh my God. Glamis tore it up. And it was a really big coalition of women there that just completely and totally embraced her and fell in love, which is great. These same women were just looking at me. They were just
No,
looking.
they weren't. You
just
always
look-
set the tone. Tony Sparks.
They were just
if
looking
you
at me. Like,
have
they were looking at me
anything-
trying to melt my dick.
It was ready for the spark.
They were like this, man. They were like just looking at my dick, trying to turn it to stone. You know what I mean?
No,
I ain't got
anytime you have an event, Tony Sparks needs to set that thing off because he is incredible at what he does.
Well, thank you, baby.
Yeah,
thank
you-
you. I think I'm a wonderful host, but they did not find me funny.
Yes, they did.
I had to fight them. I had to fight with
It
them.
was one of those crowds.
Oh my God, it was definitely one of them sisters like, I seen a nigga like you before. You know, them, you know them women talk to you like,
Yeah.
nigga, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
Put on my panties. You
Whoa.
know?
Yeah.
You know what I
A
mean?
little feisty.
Oh my
little
God.
overdo it,
Just looking at me
just rough
like,
for no reason.
nigga, I can take you. You know?
Oh my Lord
Nigga, I'm gonna
Jesus.
cut and be like older women. Nah, I'll cut you with a pill cutter, nigga. You know?
Not a bill cutter.
A pill cutter.
Yo, crazy.
Oh my
You
God.
understand? They was just hating on me. You understand?
Well,
Then we had the two old pimps in the audience.
Oh yeah, we
my
did have some
goodness.
pimps in the audience. Real ones. International. Is it International Red? Is it International Red? He's
I
from
guess.
here.
International Red. What's up? What's
He
happening,
has a
partner?
show here on
He coming here?
SF
Yeah.
Comics. Yeah, he comes in.
International Red.
And then it was another one. I didn't know his name.
I don't know, but he looked like a black stick wearing a suit. He had an interesting look.
He looked like his name was Jasper.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, for real, right? He said, baby, my name is Jasper.
He looked like a shadow put on a suit and a hat.
Oh, man, he did.
It's all
He
about the
did.
game. It don't
It's
matter.
all about the
Hey.
It's all
game.
about that mouthpiece.
He
That
probably
nigga,
hit
that
a-
manipulate the
nigga
situation.
can ease up on a lot of shit, like a
Man.
sandwich or.
That nigga-
He
Jasper
told
come
me,
through.
you gotta give me a glass of milk, I'll give you $5. I was like, okay, let me go find it. But they didn't have any milk.
We have milk
No,
at
you-
Lord.
You
on
gave him a
TV,
glass of milk. That nigga was so black he could put his finger swirling. He had chocolate. milk.
Chocolate
Oh, he was
milk.
dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he
nigga
was
That
chocolate.
nigga was
He
dark.
was chocolate.
Man.
Talking about chocolate and light skin, dark skin, that whole situation. Have you heard about them accusing Kevin Hart for colorism?
No.
That he only messed with the dark skin, and then it was
He only messes with dark skin.
no, light skin. I'm sorry.
He only messes with
Light skin women. That's his thing. I guess
Okay.
that's why he left Tori. I don't know, cause she was chocolate.
man.
So he must have been into the chocolate women. But this is what they're saying. They're saying that he was on Instagram or Twitter saying light-skinned women have good credit. I don't mess with you dark-skinned hoes. Don't quote me. That's not the exact quote, but I did read it. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just talking.
He
just
might
to
have
be
been
talking.
playing. He might have been playing, but there is a big deal about him being, you know,
About
he
colors.
like a red bone.
and that's okay because I like chocolate. I mean, you know, it happens.
Man, it really don't matter the flavor to me.
It-
man.
it-
Yeah,
it-
let me
it-
tell you that I don't care. Well, I don't give a damn what flavor it is
Right.
all across the
It's so
damn
good.
board.
Yeah.
That's
As
what
long as
Robinson
they
was
say
saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand?
flavors.
Let me touch them.
That-
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah. And
That's all I want to do. I just want to touch. I don't even care what he look like. I can. She can have a long ass neck and 3 arms. I don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying?
I can't agree with that one.
She can, you know what I'm saying? She can only speak in like, you know, in like short sentences. I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
you don't give a fuck.
Long as she with it. If
That's
she
what I'm
with
saying.
it, I'm with
Them
it.
in the little words, son.
You understand what I'm saying? Long as she take a shower, we cool.
Ooh.
You understand?
Ooh, ain't nothing like a little bit of funk on your.
No.
On your dome?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Don't do
I call
that.
it the musk.
Don't do that.
I don't
do
like
that.
musk.
Don't
It
come.
hits you. It peels back.
Yeah.
And it hits
What's
you.
crazy is
Don't
they have a
come back.
perfume fragrance called musk. I wonder
Yeah, but
where
it
that
don't
come from.
no, it
right,
don't.
I'm wondering why would they call it. Well, I don't guess. I guess it's a sweet musk Right.
Is an essence
of something.
It's
Yeah.
the musk.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that
It
musk,
musky.
is-
Musky.
it flares up like marijuana when you break high top shelf marijuana.
Yeah.
Well,
That
look.
nostril flare.
Oh. Mm.
Some-
Right.
Some
Okay.
people like it. Some people like it. Some people
That was
don't.
a great look, sir. That look said musky.
You didn't even see. I
It
did it
did,
back.
I know.
I did it back.
That's it.
Yeah,
Oh
but-
my goodness.
But on that note of Kevin Hart, okay, they have the Cat Williams
Yes.
went on one of the talk shows. Wanda Smith and
Yeah.
I can't remember the other guy's name.
That's
but
down in Atlanta.
in Atlanta, and they did an interview. And it was Red Grant's interview, and Kat was there. So Wanda went, and she was like, "You got to come on, you got to come on." So anyway, he came on the show. He sat there. They were interviewing, but for whatever reason, Red Grant didn't get interviewed. Kat did, and so I don't think Kat appreciated that too much.
Oh,
And
wow.
so they started going back and forth. So it turned out to be a big old stink. But in that back and forth, he talked about Tiffany Haddish coming and
Right.
exceeding a whole lot of female
He had
comics.
his reasons. He had his reasons why he felt. After I watched both interviews, and he was saying that Tiffany Haddish was willing to have sex with white men, and she was married to a white man. Not that matters, but he's saying that's why Hollywood is accepting her.
But she said she wasn't married to a
She
white
wasn't
man.
married to a white man, so it's just like, I don't know.
But I do know
Well-
that she says this in her show. I'm a white woman now because of her bank account. So maybe that's what he was.
That's funny.
Yeah. Maybe-
But we get what she's saying with that. I don't think she's saying I'm this guy white folks' money.
Right.
Right. Yes, that's what she's saying. My thing is this, is that, like, I got to be honest with you. I think comics fail and succeed on their business acumen.
Right.
All right? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that the reason that people become successful is because of business. And it has nothing to do with what they look like. It's a lot of very unattractive females that are comedy actors that are successful.
Right. And
So I don't think that it had anything to do with Tiffany being attractive. Tiffany is funny.
I will say, from my experience and what I see, it's harder to accept a person who is attractive as funny as somebody who is not attractive. I've seen that.
but
Yeah.
is that because it's
Ugly nigga.
Is that because of the stereotype, though? I mean, a beautiful woman is not supposed to make expressions
that's
or say
that's
things.
not true.
You would
Because
accept
look
it
at
to
you.
that.
You are really beautiful,
Right.
And you are incredibly funny,
Right.
and you have a lot to offer as far as comedy is concerned. Okay, so that does not exist.
Exactly.
What
it
you're
doesn't
saying
exist.
to me,
No, it doesn't exist, but it's a stereotype though. Because I remember. Do you remember Paula Bell back in the day? White
I
girl?
remember Paula Bell.
And we were in the end zone, and she came up to me and she said, "You are too beautiful to be a comedian." And I said, "What does that mean?"
Cause she ain't pretty, but Paula Bell is a funny motherfucker
Yeah, she
though.
was
Have
funny.
you ever? Have you heard her lately?
I haven't.
Oh my God,
But she
she
was
is
always
just a
funny.
bitter.
Yeah,
She's just a bitter white bitch,
She
and
was-
she is hilarious.
Yeah.
What's her name?
With that bit, Paula Bell.
Paula Bell.
1L BEL.
What's she playing?
She
She's
started in Oakland, and
she's
she doesn't
just-
she's
play.
just a straight
Yeah,
comedian.
she's a comedian,
Yeah,
but
she's
she
a
left.
comic.
She left along the same time.
she
all of
was
them kind
in
of
what's
left.
that movie that
She's y'all.
Yeah.
yeah, what was that movie that
Not quite sure.
yeah, wait a minute, hold up now. The one with what is her name? She's fair skinned sister.
Where's she from?
She had dated all these men that kicked her ass.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Why did we both just say Halle
Well,
Berry?
because
That's cold.
that's-
That's the truth, bro. That's the
that's
truth.
called
She was in that comedy with Halle Berry where she was from the South. Remember that one?
Okay. I don't remember her.
She was in at the very end.
Okay. Okay.
And she's been in like two other movies. And she was on, there was a competition on Nickelodeon. It was Funny Mommies or some shit
she was
like
on
that.
that?
And she was on the first season of that.
Okay.
And she had a meltdown right in the beginning. And she just, she was gone early on.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, it is definitely a stereotype because back in the day it was always the heavier woman or the woman who, and
Well, see, this is the thing.
Nasty
I think
hoochie.
it was a stereotype then.
oh, it's
Do you
not
follow what I'm
anymore.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is the thing. A lot of the rules have really,
Changed.
really flipped around.
Right.
And I think that's all due to people's marketing, But a lot of the rules have changed, and they're not the same.
Yeah.
Do you guys think if you guys were back first starting out comedy, do you think that it would be a harder role for you
Now,
versus then?
I do.
Think so? Because there's so much more competition out here.
Well, I don't see. This is the thing. People aren't competition; they're just fodder. This is what happens. No one real. You have a influx of comics,
Right.
and people for the most part don't have a lot of original ideas.
Right.
Right.
All right. So what they do is that they're stealing. So no one knows who this came from or whatever.
Right.
When they finally see you, they go, "Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm sure that brother is the originator of this shit." You know what I mean?
Right.
But for the most part, you just simply by virtue of being out there, you get watered down because people like fucking bite on you.
Right.
You know?
Only reason why I would think, in a sense, it would be a little easier is just because things like YouTube and things like
Social
that.
media.
Well, but let's
that you
look at
didn't
it.
have it in the 90s.
I understand
That's not
that.
even
I understand
close to
that, but one thing you gotta understand, it's good to have the digital media. Digital media is a godsend, and it definitely is helping people.
They put a whole lot of
But
people.
you got a lot of people who aren't ready,
Right.
and you got to filter through all that. And then by the time they get to you, they might be tired. You understand what I'm saying? So they don't even respect what you doing or don't even get to see what you do because they already said, "Man, fuck this. I'm tired of these motherfuckers." You know what I mean?
Right.
So the important thing is that you have to really be smart now and really like target, because you got to weed through all of this and and be up on top, like that, like be out front,
Like what? Do it again.
like and
That
that hurt my back.
No, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I apologize.
That's
I
all
hear
right.
what you're saying, because up and down my timeline, say for rappers, they push it so much. You heard this song 18 different times, but you gotta keep pushing, then it gets saturated. Like you
Right.
said they tired of it. I'm tired. Okay, it's another rapper. Okay, it's another
Yeah.
one. I get what you're saying.
But see, the one cool thing about, because see, I think hip hop and stand up have one brilliant similarity, and that is if you have a unique tone to your voice, you stand out.
Right.
I mean, it's not an outfit, it's not necessarily a look, but it's a sound. If you have look at
It got to be a sound. You play it on the tape, you have no visuals.
yeah, like look at how Bernie Mac, very distinctive vocal stylings. All right, and you can name anybody in hip hop who's huge. I'm not talking about just big. I'm talking about who's huge.
Next level.
Yeah,
They have a distinctive.
they have
yeah.
super
yeah.
distinctive.
Yeah.
I mean, like they don't sound like anybody else.
Right.
Snoop don't sound like anybody
That's right.
else. Jay-Z don't sound like anybody else.
Nope.
Even fucking Kanye.
E40 don't sound like nobody else.
E40. That's
And
another
Tupac
nigga
either.
right there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, they all have their
All
style.
right.
DMX.
And what's his name? Rah, rah, rah. What's his name?
I just said it, I think.
Not DMX. See, I'm talking about the other one.
talking about
from
Busta
the new
Rhymes.
theaters. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Busta Rhymes. No, that's not Busta Rhymes.
Oh, that-
DMX again.
you like DMX, huh? But
It's my dogs.
DMX is cold with the lyrics though.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
my
know
God.
what? DMX, see, let me tell you something. One of the things that is really important for us to understand is that with show business, that's funny. It's the business of show. And so people put on this character, this persona.
Yeah.
And like DMX.
Yeah.
But I think he thinks he's a dog, though.
That
You think he
dude.
really psycho a
think
little
so.
bit? A little bit.
No, that dude is. He is. Come on.
He's
He is
brilliant,
putting it
though.
on.
He's wrong.
Like what emo? Do you remember the comic Emo Phillips?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you don't remember Emo Phillips? Okay,
Well, that's his
Emo.
gimmick?
Yeah, he talked really slow, and he had a little page boy haircut. He was just weird.
Mm-mm.
And the thing is that he let go of that persona for a while, but people stopped coming, so he had to go back to it. All right. Gilbert Gottfried. I've seen Gilbert Gottfried forever. And but
Yeah.
he doesn't really talk like that.
Even
He does.
All right. Even Cat has his own little style that he does.
Exactly.
It's his own little rhythm.
A little time.
Right. But he did it when he started talking and I don't want that. That's his thing. But that works for him.
Right.
But that's not the way he really talks.
No.
So
he
If you've been around
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I heard
Well,
interview.
he started
like this.
he started in my room when he first came to the Bay. I had the
Yeah.
Manhattan.
Oh, really?
Right on Grand. I mean, not Grand. What is that? Lakeshore? Lakeshore. Grand or Lakeshore? In Oakland. Anyway.
I definitely remember you talking these names.
Well,
Yeah.
I know he
But
used
he
to
was
come
Cat
to
in the Hat.
Tyrone's on Broadway,
He was
on
Cat in the Hat.
2nd and Broadway. I had that one. What night was that? Friday night?
I remember he told me one time, he's like, Glamours, you gonna make it. And I just want to be with you when you make it. And look at him. Did you forget about me, Cat?
I can
Oh,
guarantee.
you got. I bet if you
that
talk to him, he'll.
I can guarantee he remembers.
Oh, yeah, he
For
remembers.
sure.
When
Everybody
I've
was
seen
there.
him. Yeah.
I bet you.
I've seen
Listen,
him. He
listen.
remembered me.
I bet if
Did he
you.
act funny?
I bet if you went to him and said, "Look, help me out, give a sister."
I think he would.
Well, you
I
gotta
think he
quit
would.
playing.
I think he would. I do.
I'll take that
he
alley-oop
would have
and
to
dunk it.
prove. He would
Reverse.
have to prove me wrong, but I think he would.
Yes.
Yeah, because we were cool. He
Yeah.
was cool. He was straight.
Who was that dude that I think he was? Who was that dude that was like? I can't think of this guy's name.
Oh, that was with us?
Yeah, he was he was around our time, and he was. I can't think. He was a hip hop artist. Then he became a
A
comic.
comedian?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Only reason why I know he was hip hop artist because I saw him on a old clip on some thing on NBC.
But, well, with all that being said and all this wonderful stuff and all this bickering back and forth, comedy has almost turned into rap, like battles. Have you noticed that? Everybody is always at each other. And why are we as African Americans, Negroes, black folks, color folks, why we always got to be at each other like
Because
that?
everybody want to be the man. And it shouldn't be like that. Why we all can't shine?
Why we
But
all can't eat?
It's not enough room for everybody.
Let me explain something to you.
Okay, do it fast.
All right, and I'm gonna do it real quick. Hey, listen, this is it's just bullshit. If you want your name out there,
You got to put it out there like that.
you pretend like we got a war.
We got a beef. I'm fighting you. Can I fight? Can we have a fight?
No, baby, I don't want to fight you.
Well, that'd probably make us famous if we had a fight. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I guarantee this though, off of that whole thing with Kevin Hart and him dropping names like Lunel and all them, I guarantee
people look
they
him up.
stock go up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah.
See,
They stock go up
I can see that.
instantly.
I can see that.
see, and no matter what is the old expression? All press is good press.
That's right. That's right.
You haven't heard from Adele Givens in a while, right?
But if he mentioned it, right.
Listen, Adele Givens, I believe she was on that Def Comedy Jam 25. That
Yes.
was her. Now her voice is sampled in the Kanye West song, and I'm listening to it, and it says Lil Pump featuring Kanye West / Adele Givens.
Nice. Good.
You get what I'm saying?
I know I do get what you're saying, but you know what? We're running out of time. So
Oh,
I
my
want
bad.
to talk about my mama.
She get the
Because
ball.
my mama don't take no mess.
Oh, she sure
Mama don't take no mess. Hey,
What's up,
mama
Grandma?
don't take
What's
no
happening?
mess.
She don't take
My
bad.
no mess.
baby.
She was featured on 7 on Your Side
7 on your
a
side.
couple of days ago.
7 on your side.
because-
They wouldn't fuck with me.
And we put it on Facebook, and everybody that knows mom
Yeah.
commented.
For surely.
First of all, she's beautiful.
Right.
Second of all, she's strong. And third of all, don't play with Miss Liz. Don't play. Don't play. Everybody knows
Especially
that.
with
You
this
actually
right here.
witnessed that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She'll check me about $5. Don't play. CJ.
Ah.
Yeah,
When am I
mom.
gonna get my money?
Yeah. but okay, but let's
Wow,
run.
you do her really good. 'Cause that's, oh my God.
I'm my grandma.
Yeah, man. Oh my God, we was all up in Dollar Tree, and oh my God, I was scared to say something.
You see Tony in there,
Cause
she
she-
going off. Shit, Tony, my grandma even know Tony was there. But go ahead, it's cool. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, I
It was
didn't.
hilarious.
I was scared.
She went off and Tony just in the background. Like,
All right, get in that ass.
yes, Miss Rory.
That ass. But let's start this because like I said, we run out of time. So let's run the clip from 7 on Your Side.
Here at my feet, coming from under the sink.
Elizabeth Rory shows what happened when the pipes burst in her kitchen.
When I turned the water on, yes, the water would leak out of these pipes. I thought the house was going to just flood.
She immediately called her insurance company, Fidelity National Home Warranty.
But they didn't have someone that could come out today, that they would call me back. And
She says the company told her to wait a week, but this was an emergency.
it was the biggest mess that you ever wanted to see. It would have continued to leak. It would have destroyed the wood.
So Fidelity agreed to let her find her own plumber and it would reimburse the cost.
I got 3 estimates. And I thought, who can come today?
She hired a plumber who
Underneath the
came out
sink.
right away and replaced the pipes and disposal. It cost $2,800.
Thank God it doesn't leak anymore. You can see that.
Everything worked out until she filed her claim. She says Fidelity would only reimburse $1,100, less than half what she paid.
And I thought, why? When you pre-authorized me,
This letter pre-authorized her to hire her own plumber and didn't specify how much she could spend, only that Fidelity would reimburse a standard typical cost. Elizabeth said she got 3 estimates that were all just a few dollars apart. But now she was out of pocket more than $1,000.
my money that I use for my bills that I owe,
Exactly what she was trying to avoid by having insurance. She contacted 7 on Your Side. We reached out to Fidelity. It would not discuss the case, citing privacy rules, but said the claim has been resolved to Ms. Rory's satisfaction.
they gave me my complete reimbursement. Now I have peace of mind, and I think Channel 7 on Your Side.
Fidelity tells us it had already been reviewing her claim when we contacted the company. It did not say exactly how it determines what it will pay for pre-authorized work. Now, that's a good reason for you to ask those questions, maybe even before you buy a home warranty.
Cologuard, colon cancer screening for people 50 and older at average risk.
I've heard a lot of excuses to avoid screening for colon cancer.
I can't take the time off work.
Listen, all you need is a trip to the bathroom.
Ask your doctor if Cologuard is right for you.
My God.
If the 7 on your side dude, the dude that was talking.
If you're on Facebook,
Finney,
listen.
Michael Finney.
Yeah,
The
Michael
Menlo Park-based
Finney.
social
If he
media
the
giant
cat
is
that-
reporting a
that
security
call
breach
the
involving
people up to
15
make the
million
shit go
Evidently,
right.
CJ don't know how to work this. There we go. There we go.
If she, give it up and see.
Don't put that on me.
If he the cat to call up, then cause I listen to him, I be like, nigga, shut up. All
No,
right,
he
whatever.
did it. He did it.
Yeah,
Michael
whatever.
Finney,
I'll get it
Mom
for you. Just
and her
stop talking.
right, Mom and her tenacity. I want to say, because that gives a lot of people hope. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of times you like to people disrespect the elderly, right? Now, and mom, even though my mom is strong and she get out and she does her thing and there's no stopping her, but there are some people who will stop
Right.
and get taken advantage of,
Right.
Exactly.
right? So she gave hope.
I know, man.
She
That
basically
is-
said, "I'm not paying an extra $1,200. You out your mind?
Yeah,
What do I look like?
yeah.
I did everything I was supposed to do. I pay you every month.
Yeah.
You're not about to get an
I ain't
extra."
no joke.
Yeah. Did you like that?
Exactly.
She
I
had
was
a
just,
reinforcement out,
Yeah. Well,
She
so
bust back.
our hats go off to you, Mom. And that's the way she's always done it. Raised 3
Yay.
children and helped me raise Chris and my daughter.
There you go.
Strong woman.
Hey, so here we go really quickly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press the alert button. All right? Don't forget.
Don't forget the ding.
Ding. Press that button.
Press it. Ding. And actually, you guys could call in. Did you want to catch Mom real quick? Want to try to catch her real quick? She said she's going to, kind of call real quick and see what happened. We'll see what happened. We got a few minutes. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, we have a few minutes.
Just like
too.
just a couple
1
minutes.
minute.
Uh-oh. Hello? Oh, no. Look, I'm saying hello like I'm on the phone. What happened? Hello? He's over there
I ain't been here in a month and a half, and you put me right here.
Okay, go ahead. We're
No,
trying
that's
to
all
get-
right. Wait a minute. Hold up. We don't have time.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
Yeah, but that ain't enough time to call nobody and talk to nobody.
Well, she can say, here. No.
All right. Okay. Listen.
Okay.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
This lady.
I hope I hope you become regular fans of us. Hey, listen, if you watching this shit live, come see me tonight at the Dark Horse Lounge at 8 o'clock and at All Out Comedy Theater at 10 o'clock. Tonight, all of that tonight. I'm going to be there and making my joke. I hope I'm funny.
You gonna be funny.
Definitely gonna
You's
be funny.
always funny, Mr. Sparks. So I've been Glamis.
I'm Tony Sparks.
And I'm Big Smooth.
That's right.
And together we are the Cold Coffee Show. See you next Friday or Monday.
Yes.